Don't mind no sound. Just setting up things right about now. Ba da 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 da. Do 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 do. Should have things on the window just in case. Hold on a second. I mean, I don't. Okay. That's the second time the video preview has given me more issues than I'd like to admit. Alright. Now you should start hearing sound. It's a bit loud on my end, but I can adjust that. I'm pretty sure it's not loud on your all ends because the stream settings are exactly the same as the last stream. The only difference is my headphones have a volume slider for what I hear, and that was a bit louder than before. Gonna wait as long as I can because I'm already getting started earlier than usual as is, so starting before even that earlier time feels like a bit of a lot in of itself. So I'm just gonna try to stall the clock until 6:30 as much as possible. I guess in the meantime I could look over the strategy guide and see if I can figure out how to stop being lost in Aqua Rock. Cause I'll be honest, I don't want to be in Aqua Rock. I'm kind of in a weird situation where I simultaneously want to stream but don't want to stream. And I wonder how much leaving off in Aqua Rock is a factor in that. Apart from me, it might just be that, like, if I didn't feel so obligated to stream today, then I would be more excited about it. It's a situation where, like, I was tempted to stream something else and give myself a little break from Golden Sun today. But I've been just breezing through all the video VODs, all the VODs to all the streams on the editing side of things, to the point of maybe I should have one more stream VOD in the background just in case, because it feels like I'm going to be caught up in editing before the next, in less than a week. So that's a big reason why I wanted to stream today, just to have that up and started. So let me be honest, the guide's I'm not really placing anything together from looking at the guide, but then again, I'm also barely reading it because I was just rambling. Whatever the case, you can hop on in. It's 6:30. Again, apologies. No, maybe I'll just wait until I get to the title screen. Again, apologies if starting a little earlier threw people's schedules off. I am kind of in the vein of just wanting to get the stream done and over with, and a big reason why I stream as late as I do was because usually I have dinner a little bit later, but today I had dinner a little bit earlier, so figure why not. I was trying to ride the commentary flow that I had going from a Pokemon XG recording that I had earlier on in the day. And I think that's like part of the temptation of wanting to stream a bit earlier too. Either way, this is where we left off, in this random room with the tease of a new summon in tow. Meanwhile, it feels like I've gone back and forth between rooms so often. I don't recall going across a tightrope, but I must have. I swear I've gone for every single room along the way. Yeah. And somewhere around here I was kind of cut off from progressing any further. Unless I was thrown off by depth perception. It wouldn't be the first. What is even the point of any of this? Unless I can jump. No. Well, it takes me over there, but... Okay! I don't know how I got lost when... No, I've been here already, haven't I? It certainly feels like it. I'll keep pushing onwards because... What else can I do? But I definitely feel like I've been here before. Yeah, because I was struggling with the depth perception of this room in particular. If nothing else, I guess this is a good warm-up on how to solve these puzzles. Right, don't I have... There we go. I thought I put a shortcut in where appropriate. Yeah, I kind of mentioned it in Pokemon XG, but why not bring it up again here? Really? Now I gotta redo it all over again. A little wonky depth perception. Funny seeing you here. Just trying to learn from past mistakes and put this all the way near the end. The worst part is that I'm pretty certain that I've done this puzzle already. So it just feels like all this effort is in vain. Maybe it's my imagination, but it definitely feels like Lost Age has way more labyrinthy puzzles than the original Golden Sun. Which may explain part of the reason why I'm so hesitant to revisit it. I just had a whole XG tangent in that recording session of just how easily getting lost in the game can turn me off from it. And like, I do have a strategy, guys, but I wouldn't be surprised if I was reading it from page to page. The guide is good if you're doing that, but if you're like attempting to start it up on your own and then No, 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 no. You get back there. I just need to double check the steps. Yeah, if you... It's a very good guide if you're following it from beginning the dungeon to end. But I've noticed if you like try to start a dungeon off on your own, and then try to pick it back up, try to figure out where you left off in the guide, that's where trying to read the guide gets confusing in that. So I'm pretty sure as a kid I just followed the guide per se. You know, maybe I'm getting it mixed up with actually seeing it in the guide, but I could have sworn I've done all this already. Like, I definitely feel like I did that puzzle in particular, but if that was the case, I definitely would have pushed that log down too. So who knows? Speaking of knowing, let me double check my steps over here. Just gotta make sure there's not really anything I'm missing. Well, hello. Guess you're seeing new here. Is that the first synergy, the first class item that we've gotten? Oh, I definitely don't want to drop it, not yet. Oh wow, my inventory is a lot more of a mess than I remember it. I'm just real curious how the period class looks in this game. Right, we got Parched last time. Guardian Fume. Honestly, not as impressive as I was hoping. And you know what, before I forget, as much as I want to have Jenna out in the front of the party, it is just way more convenient to have Piers take the lead. Or, did I really mix up Felix with Piers? I really must be off today. But hey, this is the stone that I was trying to get to, I think. Oh, it's just a normal synergy stone. So where's the item that's supposed to be in the card that makes the whole plot MacGuffin? Well, I haven't seen a branching path to get lost in yet, so... just push forward. Oh, okay. This was the item I was trying to get to the whole time. And that's definitely not what I need to progress in this dungeon. So I feel pretty confident that we've finally hit a dead end. But might as well pick up Margarita while we're here. So how much further can I get before I need the water stone or whatever? I completely forgot about Tadpole Swamp. I call it being kind of inconsequential, but with a randomizer... Oh, it looks like I need growth for something. Never mind. Don't mind me, I lost my page for Aqua Rock, so I gotta turn back to it. Oh, and don't mind the pause, I had to... The thing is, whenever the window that I'm playing isn't active, the music stops. Everything else runs, but it has to be active at all times if you want to have the music run. So, yeah, that's where the Aquarius Stone normally would be. I don't think there's any other items that we could get between here and the rock, because I think like you get this... Where do you even get the stone in the guide? Yeah, that rock seems like the last significant thing I can do. Then it just takes me back to where I started. And 33 is where you need to acquire a stone. Let me see if I can find 32 and see if there's... No, 32 was the puzzle I just did, so... Yeah. We literally can do everything except go to the room where Parch would normally be. At least we have Parch. But we have yet another dungeon that I gotta remember to come back to at another time for one single item. Let me check my inventory one more time. Oh, that's right. I need to make a trip to the blacksmith today so I can clean out some of these forgeable items. Maybe just clean my inventory in general. There we go. Looking for a stone. That has Aqua in it. Aquarius Rock. That's what it's called. Man, can you imagine if key items were tied behind forgeable items? I doubt they do that because it seems like it would be way too easy to lose them. At least in an intermediate seed, which is what I'm running for this randomizer. It's been a little bit since the first episode, and I don't even know if I mentioned it there. So I guess there's no harm in bringing it up again now. Like, the tier is forgeable, but it looks like something I would need. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna just retreat out of here. Well, the good news was that we weren't in Aqua Rock for long, which was exactly what I was hoping for with the stream. The bad news is that we gotta come all the way back here for one item check once we find where this crazy random stone that I barely even remember existing in the game is. Oh, this actually is an increase for Felix, so sure. You know what, let me get to the town and then mess around with my items. Half tempted to save my conversation topics for when we actually need them. By which, when I'm actually doing something that I know I want to keep in the video, but it is a stream, so if anyone has any questions about what I'm doing or how things been going, now would be as good of a time as any to bring them up. You know what, we might as well get the forge place on the map, and to do so requires a little bit of hiking. I have to go to the forge place anyway, so I might as well just get that out of the way. Alright, there's the boat, and let's sail. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna finish up this pop that I started. My question is how do I do magic in real life? Well, funny thing, the synergy in Golden Sun is, we call it, some people would call it magic just to simplify things, but technically synergy is not magic, it's alchemy. It's kind of like all scooched into the prologue, and you kind of occasionally hear in other parts of the story, so it's easy to miss out on the details, but essentially, like, it's kind of, if we want to get into the details of what makes synergy, it's completely, it only exists because of alchemy in this game's world. I've always described it as like a blend between psychic powers and what the Avatar people go through, because it comes from the people themselves, but it also was the whole alchemy system kind of is responsible for it somehow. Don't mind me while I just completely forget where the map button is, and I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I think I see now. I should try from this shoreline. Listen, alchemy converts something into another thing. Yeah, I know. apparently our real world logic doesn't translate one-to-one into however the heck the logic in Golden Sun works. Because in this world, alchemy is alchemy. So unless they convert memories into powers, this game... I hate how they put the reaction button right in the middle of the chat, so I can... This game lore is pointless. Not gonna totally disagree with you. I think the short answer is that that is magic. It's closer to psychic powers than actual magic, though. Who knows how actual magic works in the world? Like, you see it. I'm not too familiar with the Midwestern or. Why am I even blanking out on the... Here, I'm blanking out the Lord of the Rings and that sort of stuff where it comes from or where it's originized or popularized. So I don't even know how magic really works in the general scheme of things. Anyways, sunshine is here. Well, look at that, you got some raw materials. Now, with all the equipment that we've been getting, I don't really care too much. Oh, cool, they updated the randomizer so that it's instantaneous. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. Hopefully I still have some money to do the rest of this forging stuff. Fun fact, I played Lost Age first, spent months trying to unlock the other side of the world. Also trying to get this that needs codes. Yeah, like, technically, if you're just beating the game, you don't need anything to... You don't need transfer data, which is what the codes are for. However, if you want... For a lot of people, collecting gens is a big part of the game, and you can't get all of those without transferring data from Golden Sun 1, and you miss out on a lot of stuff, so it's kind of a weird vacuum of technically not required, but might as well be. Yeah, I can imagine how that would be quite a bit of a mystery if you grew up with Lost Age first, and had no idea how Golden Sun 1 worked. God, I don't remember the forging stuff being so darn expensive. I just wanted to get this stuff forged and get it out of my inventory. So, we're just completely locked out of forging the rest of the stuff until we get more money, I guess. Which means I don't really see any reason not to sell some of this stuff, because what else am I gonna do with it? Surely someone can get this. Considering I just gave it a gen at first, even despite how good it is. And I want to keep this for just how much it heals, but it's an item, so I never remembered that it's there, and it just takes up the inventory. Well, at least we have this place on the map, so we can come back here after... Oh, or we could just go to this shop and do our selling there. We haven't been hurting with healing too much, so I kind of prefer to have the inventory space. Can't really think of a purpose for the card at the moment. Probably should sell some of this forgeable stuff. But I don't know what to get rid of first. Guess we don't need this. Sorry, it took me a minute to realize why I have two different shirts equipped. But it's the weird shirt mechanic system. Alright, don't want to sell that. Can probably get rid of that in side quest. Yeah, I can't think of one person that actually likes the Dark Dawn ending. Like, for me, that ending was the one thing that kind of killed the entire game for me. It's definitely the worst part of that entire game, in my opinion. It doesn't help that, like, sure, there was some open end, there were some mysteries still left from Lost Age, but everything that you really cared about was close and complete in Lost Age, and then Dark Dawn just ripped it all open and left it on a cliffhanger. I'm kind of indifferent to fighting Alex at this point. I've kind of just accepted that he's gonna be that one thing that's always out of people's reach. Maybe if they were leading up to something in the fourth game, but I wouldn't be surprised if just like there's way too much build up to him. But if we were to ever fight him, I'm kind of I don't know if fear is the word I want to use, but I do feel like it could never live up to the hype because it's been built up for so long throughout the entire course of the history. And like part of his quote-unquote charm is just the way that he's always the quote-unquote mastermind behind the scenes pulling all the strings. I'm not sure if I would actually want to fight him myself, because it kind of takes away from that whole side of his character. But I definitely get how most people would find that annoying, especially because it feels like it's teased, especially in Dark Dawn, with him actually making the initial move against the party at times. It's been built up for so long, who cares about... I gotta do something about the reactions literally blocking it. Oh, that's a funny comment. Alex's story has been built up for so long, people who care about him died of old age. The end. Basically that. Maybe if I, like... Why? Oh, I was trying to move the elixirs from Jenna to Jenna. No wonder that didn't work. I don't use them that much. I don't get status that frequently. There's definitely... This is the problem with the inventory... Well, it's not the problem with the inventory system, but it's a issue that comes up from the problem of the inventory system. There is benefits to actually having the same item on multiple party members, because only the party members that have the items can use them. So there's strategic benefit to having them spread out, especially revival things like Water of Lives. But then you have the limited inventory. I don't even think... I think 30... If it wasn't for the fact that equipment and synergy items also take up that inventory, I don't think 30 per party member would be as bad as it seems. But the equipment, especially all the different types of equipment you have in this game, just... Hold on, let me do the combination, so you get a really good grasp on just how much of our inventory is taken up by either equipment or key items. Like, Felix has less than a third of his inventory when you take away all the stuff that's equipped. Same with Jenna, Piers, everyone has like over a third of their inventory taken up by that sort of stuff. What was I? Yeah, I was trying to clean up my inventory. That's what I was doing. Honestly, herbs are so weak. I should just sell them, but until they're an issue, I can probably just throw them all on one party member. I wonder if that's enough coins to buy the item that we have stored away. I wonder if I even need a water life. I should probably at least hold on to it until we get someone that can actually revive normally. I could probably sell one more forgeable item. And you know what, I'll sell the Lucky Medals too. They show up in the artifact shop, so I can just rebuy them when we actually need them, because we can't really use them until we get to Lemuria anyways. Oh, I can combine veils if I really am stingy. Unfortunately, we can't sell the Shaman's Rod. That's actually... If you don't remember, we actually use that for plot purposes. So the game's not gonna let us sell it. If there's an... I'll double check to make sure there isn't any other staff taking up inventory space. But I got a feeling that's what you're referring to. Anyways, though, this is quite a bit better. This is like 10 slots with between everyone. Just triple checking. Yeah, this will be good into our next randomizer excursion anyways. More importantly, let's see if we can actually rebuy some of the forgeable stuff. Actually, when I think more about it, the forgeable items are just probably gonna replace the stuff. It's a good thing I'm not actually buying anything, because our inventory is gonna be a mess all over again once we actually get all this forging done. Alright, what do I have still? Let's start with the tier stones. Can you get cursed items from... It's been so long since I've gotten this far into Lost Age. But I don't remember actually being able to forge equipment that can curse you. Oh, dark matter. I mean, it's dark matter, that does make sense. Well, I'll inventory again, but I bet you that as soon as we equip some of this stuff, we'll have enough money to buy that back. Especially if I actually sell some of the forgeable items that I haven't, well, you know, forged yet. I'm sorry, Xavi. I'm not too familiar with Spanish. Oh, he's thanking you in Spanish for your work on the game. Thank you. Oh, shoot. They're like literally the only two words I know how to count in Spanish, and I know gracias is thank you, and I think I want to say I know you're welcome, but I can't spit it out. I only took a tiny bit of I only took a tiny bit of Spanish, and that was all the way back in middle school. But if you can hear me, I do. You're welcome. I appreciate your thank you. Yeah. I think I've seen you on the forums, and with the forums, it kind of just. With the forums, it's easier because I can, worst case scenario, just copy and paste it into Google Translate and get a general idea. I know it's not an ideal way for translation, but usually I can figure out the general idea of what people want with that. How much was it again to buy it? I think it was just barely 64, which would be quite a coincidence if it was. No, it was 7,000. Well, I think if I sell one of these forgeable items, I'll at least be able to make one more. I guess I'll just have to remember to come back here when I have a little more inventory. So that's 500. That'll barely not put me in the 70. Did I already forge? Ah, screw it. I'm gonna just... Oh, this will definitely cover them. And you're right, I could sell herbs. I just don't think I have enough to actually justify it. Or, like, give me enough money in of itself. And I'm kind of just like Wouldn't you dare make a new game using the Golden Sun base? Yeah, I get what you're saying, but at this point, the herbs and elixirs aren't really bothering me because they're all on one party member. And I don't... Well, I guess the elixirs sell for a little bit more than I thought. Yeah, screw it. I was holding on to them because I wasn't sure if I had a adept that actually knew, like, cure poison or restore. But that did push me up a lot more than I thought it would. I mean, you seem to advance quite well without using them. Fair. Sorry, I got distracted with your question, Avi, but that's kind of what Donjin is. It's not perfect, but it's not a completely new game, but it's probably the best I can do with the tools that I have access to, like the editor and the like. Someday that new version of Donjin will come out, and that'll be a day in of itself. Alright, let's get that processed. Okay, I probably don't have enough for that. I probably should have sold that one and tried to forge the other thing, but hindsight 2020. I can at least hope that item will sell for quite a bit when I actually get around to getting it back. But we did get quite a bit out of that whole exchange, and it doesn't look like the forgeable items are randomized. They're good items regardless, so I'm not too worried, but the important thing is that we have this as a fast travel point now. So we can come back here whenever we need to unload our inventory or have money to burn. In the meantime, I think the best thing we can do... Oh, I was gonna say the best thing we can do right now is take care of the red scarf, but I'm pretty sure that's tied behind the bird that we need carry for. I discovered that the hard way in a past stream. Well, I guess you know what that means. Or at least I know what it means. It's time to actually go to Tundra Tower. I don't know why, because ice worlds are usually pretty infamous in video games. But this is one of those dungeons that I was really looking forward to quite a bit. I think a part of it is that it does a good job with the whole ice physics thing, because the move allows you to get new mileage out of the move synergy that you don't get to see anywhere else in the game. Oh, I'm a lot further south than usual. Yeah, you seem to have similar sentiment to me, Rewrite. Because in video games, ice usually annoys the player and disturbs normal gameplay. I guess it also helps that I'm kind of a fan of... They can get tricky. They can get so tricky that they're frustrating at times, but overall I kind of like the ice sliding puzzles in Pokemon games. Probably because in those cases they feel they're actually puzzles and not just pure gameplay changes. And you do some interesting things to solve those puzzles that don't normally exist elsewhere. That too, area-wise, not too much really changes. The most exciting difference with the ice, as we'll see in this dungeon, is how it affects the puzzles. And you know what? It'll probably be like Aqua Rock, where I get so tired of the battles that I turn the void back on eventually. But it's good to turn it off every now and then, just to assure you don't get too under level, I suppose. Plus, it's been so long since I've been this far into the game that all these enemies are going to be new to me, so it'll be interesting and exciting to see faces. Right, I think you're right. I think there might have been an overworld Djinn in this area, and we have a good way to double check that. Just let me pull up the good old strategy guide. Yep. Whis is normally around here somewhere. Can't exactly make out what patch of ice it is from here, but I'm sure I'll recognize it when I see it. I may be jumping the gun and need to go a little further up ahead. Well, in the vanilla game, it's the Jupiter Ginny Whis. For this randomizer, who knows? Oh! First time we're seeing that unleashed in action. The important thing is that we know what we're looking for, and when I see it... Oh, you're talking about the Unleash? It was definitely unique, and it was definitely unique. I think we could agree on that much. How about something more objectively cool? And not as disturbing. Wait, when did it turn from back to Plan Diver? I could have sworn I clicked Liquid Fire. Yeah, I'm not sure if you were here. I'm not sure if you saw episode 2 or were here for some of the older streams, Rewhite. But way early in the game, we got the Witch's Wand, and the randomizer changed it to have the Unleash of Magneto, and those were probably some of the best moments in this game so far. Cool. Suddenly, I'm sort of regretting selling all my antidotes. Yeah! The Witch's Wand unleashed Magneto. slight spoilers for episode 2, but if you want to see that in action, just go and look up episode 2 of the Lost Age Randomizer video. Especially the back half, because oh boy, you're in for a treat if you do. I guess I'm gonna just have to deal with poison for a little bit. There we go. For a second there, I had a false moment of hope that there wasn't gonna be any poison bites. Surely I have a gin or something. It would help if they weren't all on standby so I could check. And I just had to do Meteor with the slowest party member. I have the means to poison enemies, but I don't have the means to unpoison. It's okay, I have a plan. Step 1. Get this dungeon on the world map. Confirm that it's on the world map. Step 2. Take advantage of our Randomizer exclusive retreat options to go to a town, preferably one that I could get back easily to on the boat, but it doesn't really matter. Warp to it. Buy antidotes. If not, just get it taken care of from the Sekum. Probably both. And then we go back with little to no progress loss. Of course, I go to the one town that doesn't actually sell antidotes. Isn't the Sekum somewhere around here? Maybe close by the jail? Well, we're gonna have to warp to another town anyways, so... Well... Surely Alfreda has antidotes. It's like 2 bosses into the game. Surely it has it. And it also probably has a healer in a much easier to find area. This is probably the first I've gone into a Golden Sun game without having access to gear poison and just having no need for antidotes whatsoever. I guess there was worse situations that we could have learned that. Like, I can imagine learning in the middle of an area that we couldn't just fast travel back to where we left off. I'm gonna just be on the safe side and buy 10 of them. Alright. Maybe I should just healed at the end while we're all the way out here, but that takes too long. We get our synergy back relatively quickly. This works just as well in my humble opinion. Alright. So first we gotta find that Jinn, and then we can get to do the fun dungeon. So really all the way out here? It must, because I can't really think of much of a better purpose to actually have that entire back area. Oh, I must have clicked Plant Diver when I was trying to go for Liquid Fire. I appreciate the update rewrite. I'll double check the guide once we get down there, just in case, because it does show a screenshot of the area where the gym pops up. So I'll be able to tell if it's the area once we get there. Yeah, I remember it looked like the mountains are on the left side, so it might be like somewhere around here. This looks pretty close. I think this is the area. Here we go. And sure enough, it was neither Mercury nor wind. Thanks, Randomizer. To be fair, I think Venus is one of the elements that we have the least of. I'll have to double check that. So I'll take it nevertheless. Yeah, let's go for the sleep because Jinnies can run. I spend so much time with Dawn and Jin, I have to remind myself that every now and then. I mean, we could kill it with fire, or we could just turn one, we could just round one shot it. Ah, god. Man, I'm so off today, I can't find the words for anything. Shield. Naturally, wind is actually what we need most of at the moment. Strike with a cloud of earth. Oh, this is good. We got no new set of classes at hand. No revive, unfortunately, but we have access to Shuriken. Perfect for a shaman class. Sure, the best physical attacking synergy, one of at least in the game, on a class that does not have any physical attack. I mean, I'm not sure how much does Randomizer work, but I guess that's actually pretty good attack. But if I could get on someone that's already more of a physical powerhouse, that might be better. Wait, did Felix always have Revive and Wish? Okay, I guess this is gonna be the rest of the stream now, just seeing how Venus affects each of these adepts. Nothing new there. I think I like it slightly. Pretty much gives me the same thing that Felix had. And I think I like it slightly better on him. Let me clean up these classes and see if I can get anything better. No, all fire is not that great. Let me do with that, and I guess you can have Kite. Alright, I guess that's as good as we're gonna get. Maybe I got a little too carried away. It's fine, we get synergy back. As long as I don't use Felix's synergy, we shouldn't run into an issue like we had in the Ruins. And now you play like this. And that reminds me, like, part of the reason why this was a childhood favorite of mine was because of how much I liked the class. Or Lost Age in particular. Lost Age is weird, like, back when I frequently played it, way too long ago, it was my favorite of the three. Though overspending more time with Golden Sun 1, mostly with working on Donjin and similar projects, Golden Sun 1 kind of became more of my favorite. But I think part of the reason why I was so drawn to the second game more was just because of how much more in-depth the battle system is, but it's the sequel. Of course there'd be more to do in the battles. Golden Sun 1 has better mobs. Interesting statement, rewrite. One has better mobs, 2 has better skills and summons. Now you got me curious to look back into all the encounters in Golden Sun 1. Because I can't say that you're right or wrong. 3 has nostalgia, which is kind of funny for the third entry, but I kind of get it. I definitely feel 3 is the weakest of the trilogy. But at the end, for me, at the end of the day, it's still more Golden Sun. And minus a few things like the points of no return. What for? But as I was saying, I kind of feel like the things hated about 3 get exaggerated slightly. And worse, I feel like a lot of 3 flaws are actually flaws that already existed in the previous 2 games, but just become more apparent because more time has passed. There's definitely 3 exclusive problems, like the no points of return Jinnies. You could, if you try hard enough, you could argue that the no points of return for Jinnies thing it got from Golden Sun 1. But it's kind of a stretch. It's mostly just there is one situation where you can miss out on a Jin for a long time, and that's the one in Mongol Forest Courts. Because if you don't get in that dungeon, the game doesn't tell you this, so it's very easy to miss, but it's actually a one-way dungeon. You leave Mongol Forest and you can't backtrack through it. I got a little sidetracked, but your point of Golden Sun 1 has better mobs has really got me curious, because I find the enemies more interesting in 2 from what I've played. They seem a lot... It might just be because they seem new and fresh, and 2 reuses enemies from Golden Sun 1, so it feels like 2 has more diversity just because of that. But you might have a point if it comes down to how it's arranged. Oh, you mean the bosses? I think I like the bosses in both of the games. But I have to compare them side by side to really decide which ones I like more. I can sort of see where you're coming from, because with 2, a lot of the bosses that come to mind are giant apes, giant scorpions, giant other animals. I kind of got a feeling that might be what you're getting at. Not to say that Golden Sun 1 also does that, because one of the bosses is literally a giant ape. But they do still feel a bit... Certain ones, I can name more Golden Sun 1 bosses off the top of my head, like the Kraken and the Tornado Lizards. They have more personality to them than just being big. Blackbeard versus Dullahan. Oh, that's an interesting take. I always assumed that Dullahan was the fan favorite, but it might just be because his boss fight is so infamous. For you, Beard seems much more threatening. Interesting. he is an undead pirate, while Deathbeard is kind of just a... I'm going in a circle. Yeah. I definitely see your point about Dolan's fight being a power creep. I don't know how much of it was intentional and how much of it was like the game trying to push you into a different type of battle style than how you would normally play Golden Sun. Like, it has all these abilities that you normally that like limit your gens and force you to like use all 8 of your party members, and even then it doesn't feel like enough. So I kind of get how the power creep thing feels. Like, I'll admit it, I've never actually beaten Dullahan in the Lost Age. I've beaten him in Dark Dawn, but I've not... in a combination of it being too hard for me as a kid and never getting around to it when I have actually been experienced enough to actually take him on, I've never actually beat Lost Age Dullahan, which makes me kind of surprised that people want Donagen for Lost Age. At least if I think of it from the mindset of them wanting a harder version of the game. Not because they... Mostly because I don't... My biggest concern about making a full ROM hack of Lost Age is... It's a lack of confidence in how I feel about how the game moves up. How do I want to word it? Like, I'm not opposed to doing it, but I'm afraid that it won't come out as good as Golden Sun 1 because I'm not as familiar with this game as I am with that one. So we'll have to see when I actually finish Donagen how I feel about doing stuff in the Lost Age. And I can already tell that it would be a lot more fun to actually make stuff up for Lost Age because the editor I used was made for Lost Age first and foremost. So I really had to push my creativity with Donagen just to find, because I was so much more limited in types of features types of things I could implement in comparison. Oh, more Dullahan lore. Power creep, having the 4-turn kill is a cheat code to kill him. Oh right, it's been so long I almost completely forgot about that. Like, how's he go again? Like, I think there's like a certain combination you do things and it just makes the fight way easier than it would otherwise be. Okay, remind me we'll continue this another time, but I gotta point out just how fun and creative this part of the game is. Just the way that you use... Like, pushing blocks around ice physics is nothing new, but the fact that the way you push blocks around in Golden Sun is a bit different from your typical game really is... I think this is a dungeon where Lost Age really shines. Because look at that. Actions speak louder than words. It's not every day you see another game where you can even do something like that. Okay, I think I know what I gotta do here. Yeah, just the fact that you move it once, that you don't even push it, but moving it once just slides it across. I don't know, I guess when you think too deeply about it, it's not that different. But it's still different enough to feel special. Alright, let's see if move will actually... Oh, this is just great. Hey, well, remember that tangent we were having about Dark Dawn? Here's something that actually would give Dark Dawn over the other games. The fact, if this is Dark Dawn, I could move that log on the right without issues on the left. Screw it, I'm gonna look at the guy because I swear you should be able to move it, but maybe there's something more obvious I'm overlooking. Okay. Okay. Yeah, now that I say it out loud, now that I actually see it, it's kind of obvious. You can go to the other pillar that's on the ice. Don't worry, Ryu. Why can't I talk for the life of me today? Point is, I figured it out. I guess that's easy to forget about because there are some times when trying to do that exact sort of thing is a lot more finicky in Golden Sun games. And I think just the fact of having the touchscreen and being able to move stuff around by pointing at what you want to interact with did work in Dark Dawn's favor. This took me a long time to actually acknowledge that you can do one empty space to move. You know what? Hold on a sec. I just realized I could pull this up on OBS and see the chat a lot better than I can on YouTube. In theory, will make this easier to see on YouTube somehow. There we go. It's a little finicky, but I can see chat a lot better. Let me get some more water in me and see if that helps. While we're on the tangent of Golden Sun, who wants to have a rant about NSO? Like, it's fresh on my mind because I complained about it in the XG recording, but I still can't get over the fact that they announced Golden Sun 1 just barely. Oh, wait. We must be coming here too early, because I know we don't need Burst quite yet. Burst is the whole thing you get at the end of the dungeon. There's a whole mess of things that you can do, you gotta do before you normally would have Burst. I know I need to crack the mirror, but I know I need Burst to crack the mirror. And normally you would get Burst at the end of this dungeon. No guarantee that we're gonna get it here, because Randomizer and all. But because it's normally, I would assume that I would be able to make it to, at least make it to the very top of this dungeon. No, you need to crack it and then burst it. We went to the right side first, right? I don't remember now if we went left or right at the beginning of the dungeon, and we definitely needed to go right. No, you're kidding me. Reveal is not... Oh, you're right. That's literally the place before... Use reveal to get through it. I see in the guide now, and that's really the right last thing before getting burst. Good dang it! What is there even left to do? Man, at least we got to do the cool part of this dungeon. Also, it feels way too early to have the Eris robe. I don't know where you normally get it, but I know what Eris is, and I know Eris is way too important to just be an early game item. We're in 3 and 3 in the mirror. They really never give this to anyone. Well, back to the drawing board. It's especially unfortunate because that's the only place in the game you use Parch, And that's the only new synergy that we got recently. We really need to figure out where the heck Reveal is and get it. And I can at least tell you it's not an Air's Rock, unfortunately. Because I definitely went for that entire place. I have it. When did I get Reveal? Oh, right! That was the other synergy we got from Aqua Rock. Okay, false alarm. I think that's where we got it, at least. Because I definitely remember there's a lot of stuff that I had to pass up doing because I didn't have Reveal. Thanks for putting me in check, rewrite. God, that's such a simple name, and yet... Well, that's good. It's good we have Reveal because, as I was saying, there's a lot. This is what happens when you end a stream in the middle of a dungeon. I didn't even take more than a week off. And yeah, I already forgot about it. Well, at least I know what I'm gonna do next. Cause man, the fact that I was so close to completing the ruins, and was just one room short to getting to the end because of that freaking Reveal. Right, Garoh. It's just for a I don't remember there being too much I can do in Garoh, but I can at least get the Djinn, and there might be other stuff in the underground area. But Garoh is definitely another option of something I can do. Two Djinns, in Garoh? Well, let's finish this up, and we can talk more about that afterwards. Don't want to fill my head with too many ideas before I complete them. Beaver Cannon. Why not? It's been a little bit. We could use a little more health. I mean synergy. Well, I'm gonna just leave that alone so I don't get too sidetracked. This is definitely not the way I went before, but... Wait, this is one of those ones where I have to fall on the Djinn, isn't it? I'm trying to get too sidetracked, one thing at a time, and get back to that reveal room that I quickly retreated from. It might be time... As much as I could use the experience, it might be time to turn battles off until you push it and fight it. Okay, I was getting it mixed up with Cannon. Next time we come back there, I'll be sure to remember to do that. really feels like I'm pulling a blank. Because I was just there and I can't remember which way I need to go to get back there, but I know we'll get there eventually. It doesn't feel as easy to get lost here as it does Ayers Rock. Yeah, this is like, I definitely remember sliding that way across the ice to get to that reveal room. So, as far as I'm concerned, we're making progress towards the right way. Again, just have to remember to go back for the Jin. Generally it's faster than Felix, right? Okay. You know, I remember Geo being a lot more impressive than that. It might just because he's an attack multiplier and get him in the end of the game, but I have to like double check the wikis and that to remember if he's just an attack boost or an attack multiplier. Yeah, I mean, it's visually crazy. I was just talking about the pure numbers. Oh, and we gotta do the puzzle again. I mean, it's a cool puzzle, so it's not the end of the world. But it does make me feel all the more dumb for leaving when I did, when I had the solution all along. Alright. Plus, knowing what to do makes things go by a lot quicker. Something that I've learned with many multiple playthroughs of Golden Sun 1. When you got the puzzles down by heart, they go by quite a bit quicker. Oh, what am I doing? That part's already been solved. I forgot that was a perma hole. It's fine, I like doing that puzzle. Who cares if I'm wasting time? This is like the best part of the entire dungeon. Imagine if there's a Crossbone Isles-like area that was all about ice physics. You are puzzled. Good one. Wow, we're already getting stone. No. The S's are tripping me up. I remember just putting that one into a late game area of Dongjin. So it feels kind of weird to run into it already. But then again, I guess like there's a whole... Cool, it's not burst. I mean... I think we all saw this coming. But that doesn't make it any less disappointing. Is it at least better attack than the stuff that we already... Yes. Much better. But Piers may actually need to attack more? Well... It's a bit of a shame because there doesn't seem like to be too much more we can do without burst. But at least we can finish up the ruins hopefully quick. Now that we have reveal. And we did get to do most of this place. And then I think part of the reason I like this dungeon too is the music. It's such good music. Then again, like, you could say that with the majority of the dungeons in this place. But there is a nice wintry feel to this that kind of makes it like good alternative Christmas music. Right. Before I forget, the Jin. Before rewrite, yell at me about it. Before I forget, we do still have to get that Ginny in here. I almost forgot about it. Oh, cool. I never noticed this before, but the game forces you to try to learn burst by... That's the whole... I always wonder why they make you push this random log down. It's the game's way of trying to force you to actually use... Sorry, I paused because for a minute there I thought I made a fool of myself. But I'm pretty sure that we couldn't actually go that way. Alright, now to try to remember the best route to get to the Ginny. Did I even bother straight away? Yeah, that's... Sorry, I just want to pause on this and maybe get a screenshot for later. I just find something immensely amusing about this apple. This sacred apple concealed away in ice for 50,000 years. It's a sacred apple, and it's not even old or rotten because it's completely encased in ice. Don't mind the silence. I just need this novelty. Alrighty. I kinda wanna go left to see if there's anything that we can get. Yeah, it's an ancient fridge. That's a good one. Someone forgot it in there. I like to think that it was sealed away for its evils. For all of his crimes against doctors. You know the whole thing of an apple a day keeping the doctor away? No one tells you why or how the apple keeps the doctor away. I know it's no thing about Gabby. Go on. I say the sacred apple is sealed away for his sins against the doctors. It's nice that the enemies that poison you drop things to cure the poison after the battle. It really just goes to show a hole in the armor that is my current move slot and classes and all that. So, don't mind the fact we're going through here a 4th time. I'm gonna just turn the void on for everyone's sanity. I don't feel as bad about this as like the ruins or Ayers Rock, because I know every single time it's been on me. And I'm not sure what that really makes of me, but I know it makes it harder to pin it on the game. No, I've been this way before. Slide across here, and then I think we slide down, and that takes us to approximately... No, there was a doorway too. We'll get to where that Djinn is eventually. So, I think what happened was I accidentally went up here. There we go, and then we slide down. And that took us to about where the Djinn was. Alright. This is a good old gold and silver ice pushing logic puzzle. So, let me have this. Already I see a problem because the Djinn... Where the Djinn is doesn't exactly line up with somewhere I can slide, especially from the right side. I feel like I have to fall from the sky. Something. And I said I wanted to do this myself, but I also don't want to just go around in a circle all day. Yeah, it's like this literally impossible without as is, because I would need to be in that far left area in order to slide right into it. But if I tried to... But there's no way to do that without just sliding all the way up. I didn't see another place to fall, though. I feel bad looking into this because it's like the one ice sliding puzzle we got. Okay, I didn't look at the solution fully, I just looked to saw that there was a solution. So... I know that... I don't get how, but it is supposed to be possible. Without going anywhere else. Okay, oh, hold on. I saw a movement in the chat. I'm not reading it because I think it just clicked. It just clicked with me where I gotta go to actually get to where I need to be. I'm not gonna look at chat because I want to solve this. I know I gotta get to that bottom area. How I get there without going onto the block that I trying to get to in the first place is a bit more oh man, I looked at chat and I saw that you said I had it twice. Oh boy. Let's see what happens when I go down. Hold on. I just went around a circle. But that's probably leads to something. But if I go... Gotta resist looking in case people are in the solution. Feels... But all I did was go around the circle. I tried going up already. This leaves me there. How did I get I'm gonna... God. I saw it, but I'm not sure if it actually helped. I'm gonna try it myself just a little bit longer. And I just went in a loop. It is kind of funny to just look at the chat at all the wrong moments and see everyone freak out how close I'm getting. But not when they're actually giving me the directions. This is new. You know, if I go left, that's just gonna leave me right back to where I started. Loop around. Let me recall how the little bit of the lines I did see from the guide. Oh, let me go down, because if I don't like what I see, I can just go back up again. But it just sends me around the circle. Try going up here. Send myself down there. Cross that way. Just going up here does lead to something. I keep finding myself going around in circles. This looks different, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going backwards. Alright, I'll stay still for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Backtrack. Don't see anything different yet. Keep going this way. Wait! There we go. Feel a little bad that I resorted to looking, but... Oh right, it's a dungeon you fight. Well... Who needs to be prepared? We have a way to put it to sleep, so I don't think running is really going to be too much of an issue. Unless I already used the Jin that... Good lord. Well, who needs to put it to sleep when I could just beat it before it runs? We don't get enough opportunities to use Bane anyways. Yeah, Deadly Poison. Usually you don't get access to that until way too late into the game to actually do anything with it. That's kind of like that is a little bit of the perks of the randomizer for me. Plus holding it down should buy me more time to finish you off. Or I could just finish it like that. So... I like to say with that... Oh, Whirl! Now I gotta check how long I've been streaming because... Hold on. I was gonna say, I set that timer way too early. Because it hasn't even been 2 hours yet. No, from what I checked, it was like an hour and a half. But it's not an important timer. It's just a reminder of myself to actually render these Pokemon XD videos that I finished editing the other day, but didn't have enough time in the night to actually render. But it's fine, I don't gotta get them up for a bit, so... Even if I don't render them tonight, I got plenty of time to do so. So we would need burst for that, so I just had to make sure, but it does seem like we've done everything here that we can at the moment. That being said, I do know one more thing that we could do allegedly relatively easily. I did spend way more time in the ruins than I like to admit, but we did practically clear out the dungeon, including a shortcut, so I'm kind of hoping that I remember where that shortcut is right away, and just get back to where I was, no questions asked. The center room? Is it the far left room that had the shortcut? Or am I thinking about needing to go any deeper? Nah, here we go. I'm pretty sure this was the shortcut. Not quite sure how... Maybe that's not the shortcut I was thinking of. You know what? We did not need a repeater last time. I'm just gonna double check the map real quick. Center path takes me to F, which takes me to here. Okay, I think that's the room I want to get to, so I'll just trace my steps. Can't you move to the right in that empty block? You would think, but I assure you that's not sand to the right of it, that is concrete. And we have sand, not concrete, for our ability. Case in point. I was pushing to the right. I didn't give too much time to show it, but I was pushing right there and it didn't do much of anything. You know, I don't know exactly where to go in the guide, but the guide, based on what I read in the guide, I think if I follow the general path, I will eventually get there. I mean, the slot itself. Yeah, maybe. Pretty sure that wouldn't have been the way I wanted to go anyways. Because the sand shortcut that I was thinking of is a little bit deeper into this place. Maybe I should have bit the bullet and waited until I had revealed. Oh, this was the shortcut I was thinking of. No, that was the shortcut I was thinking of, but we'll get there. There's no way we can get as lost as last time. I mean, I say we, I mean me. Kinda used to doing the Royal We, because back when you made Let's Plays, that's kinda what you did. Couldn't tell you exactly how the habit got started, but it's just a thing commentators did when I first started getting into it. So it's been a habitual way that's how it makes sense. I think it's kind of was made. I think like the people that started doing it did it as like a way to invite the viewer indirectly into the commentary. Kind of just like bring people together and all. Yeah, but this day, without the context of the old, it just sounds weird. Right, so I think like if I recall what I looked in the guide correctly, there's a room with bushes, and one of those bushes lead to the path that I want to go. The problem is, like, those bushes keep respawning each time, and I feel like at this point I'm gonna just end up doing it the long way, but a shortcut's not really a shortcut if I spend just so much time wandering around trying to get to it. as I would if I just went the normal path. Oh, hold on. Did I go forward before? Surely I must have. Wouldn't hurt to double check. Oh, God. I just came from the side. But that definitely means, like, where I was before was the way I was supposed to go. Pushes that. What's the end? Let me see if I can get myself reacquainted. Because apparently I can't retain anything from these dungeons for longer than a week. Mentally, that is. Oh yeah, and Sea Shrine God place. We can finally do something there now that we have Reveal. Ruins, ruins, ruins. Whole bunch of puzzles. Don't go down the shortcut. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I think I fell for the exact thing that the game told me not. I did the thing that the guy told me not to do. We were supposed to keep on going. There we go. This is the point where the game hardwalled me on making any more progress. So now we got the right side ahead, and we should be able to just push that down and climb up. And then the dungeon will be done. So you couldn't get Levitate? I haven't gotten it yet, and... Oh, I see what you're getting at. You know what? I'm tired of getting lost. Let me just make sure I go this way. Was he done? Let me make sure I go the right way the first time. Push the remaining piece done. Once you've done so, go back to the pillar that you moved up. Oh, it's not gonna tell me step by step of how to get back to the center there, is it? I'm gonna assume that this is a shortcut to that center area then, because why else would the game put the shortcut in if you weren't supposed to use it eventually? Excellent. I was gonna say, what's normally the point of coming here? But I completely forgot about the prongs. You know, the whole reason we can't go to Lemuria quite yet. Was that really the only path? Like, you have an entire waterfall, and this is the only thing that it led to? I didn't even bother to check the other path. I'm kind of wondering if I should have took time to double check. Oh, here we go. Now, this is a sand waterfall. Actually, wouldn't that be called a Sanderfall? Sandfall? I guess it would technically be Sandfall. There's gotta be... The English language is so complex and overly complicated. and redundant, that surely there's a cooler name for a sand waterfall out there than Sanderfall. It's called a landslide. I mean, I would go along with you for the sake of the bit, but the literal part of me goes, no. Landslides have to have some amount of rock in order to be there. But kind of see where you're coming from. The more I think about it, all this way and all we got is shoes to get sand stuck in our feet with. Oh, everyone has boots. Slight change of plan. Care more about her water resistant than her luck. But actually, doesn't Jenna normally have bad luck by default? Ask her. That was the only other thing you get here, right? Right. And now you have a more sense of fashion. True. Let me double check the time, because I do want to keep going. Oh, I shouldn't have done it then. I want to keep going, but if I am going to keep going, I'm going to need to take a little break. So, I just need a couple minutes to refill my water. I've noticed I've been going for it quite quickly. And when we get back, I'll figure out what to do. Right now I'm leaning towards Sea God Shrine, just because I know there's a whole other half of that dungeon that we need to reveal for. And we'll go from there. See you all in a little bit. Lull is... Yeah, Lull is broken. I think the whole thing is like, you have to know how Lull works to really take advantage of it. But once you do, you can get away with some crazy stuff with it once you know how it works. And it doesn't take that much to get how it works. You just gotta have a good feel of the speed. You just gotta know the speed of all your party members, and that's all you need to really take advantage of it. It kind of be, I don't know if it'd be interesting or completely useless if it just like always happened at the very start of the turn, regardless of who used it. But part of his charm is just being able to play around that, but that also is how it gets so broken in the first place. Alright. Forces turn 1. Yeah, like that would be how you keep it from being broken. The part that I'm pondering is... Oh wait. I was thinking turn 1 is like the first action of the turn, but maybe you mean it only works the first turn of battle. Assuming the prior though, a good... Putting it at the first... If you make it like immediately end the turn before it even starts, then what was even the point of the turn? Like, I don't know. I guess if you really knew in depth, it might like advance certain attack patterns, but that would really limit how useful it was, if it was useful to casual player at all. So balancing Lull would be kind of tricky. Couldn't even tell you the best way to balance it in a way that it wasn't broken but not completely useless. So don't mind me, I'm gonna like scroll the chat because thought there was something like small that we could do. Yeah, Garoh, that's what it was. I thought there was something that wasn't a complete dungeon that we could do. Interrupting charges, force a turn skip, triggering all turn recovery things. Yeah, there's little uses. So I guess it wouldn't be as useless as I thought to implement it that way. I just don't know if it would be exciting if you did that. And true, Jin recovery. We're coming up with reasons to make it work that way. There is just some charm of being able to sneak a heal in if you play it smart, though. You know, before I blink out, though, Garoh. Typically, I go for 2-hour streams, and we are approaching that, but I'm feeling pretty good today, so I'm willing to go an hour. I'm willing to go another half hour. We did start off early, so that would allow anyone who just assumed that it would be 7:30 to get a little more time to actually see this in action. I guess it'll just boil down to how long it takes me to get everything that I can from here. So, best thing to do is use Lull to summons, and then use Lull to give turn skip and re-rising stats with Ginny recovery. I think if you want to see the most broken that Lull can be, watch a speed run of Lost Age. I haven't seen too many, but I've seen the Game's Done Quick one and maybe a few others. Lull on PvP. It's funny you mention that because technically we don't have to imagine it. It can be a reality. Because Golden Sun and Golden Sun Lost Age did have a multiplayer mode. However, you needed a Game Boy Advance link cable in order to... and 2 copies of the game in order to make it work. I think the cool part was you didn't have to have... like, you could have a copy of Golden Sun 1 and a copy of Golden Sun The Lost Age. And don't quote me on it, but I think that worked. but you did need 2 Game Boys and a link cable, which is gonna make the NSO release of Golden Sun 1 whenever they decide to do it. I'm not fully convinced that it's real yet. It will make it interesting because that means that link cable feature is gonna become an online multiplayer feature, and that's kind of exciting. Like, it's Nintendo, so you'll need to be friends with people in order to do it, but at least it's not as annoying to be friends with people as it is in the past. I'm kind of curious to see where it'll go. Like, there's a lot of things that make Golden Sun way too broken to be competitive, but I am looking forward to at the very least seeing more videos about it, and maybe actually finally getting to play it with my friends, because I was one of those lucky people to actually... Oh, only same game to PvP. That's unfortunate. But it does mean that it's still gonna happen when Golden Sun 1 gets released. Wait, back? There's something in the back of that room? Oh, wait. Yeah, it came back to me the moment you said something. I don't see anything in here. I think it's just a room where he sleeps. Oh, I forgot that this randomizer had hints. And apparently he's one to hint people. Well, it was on stream, so I might as well accept it. The power to walk upon nothing but air awaits at the frigid town at the edge of the world. What? Oh. Unfortunately, I don't have mind read. I don't know if it's something that's actually locked behind the randomizer, or they just don't give you mind read in it, but no mind read. I would know because I've attempted several times to do so. But yeah, from what I gathered at hint, it's saying like we would be going to Prox before even doing the Jupiter Lighthouse, and that just sounds wild to me. Because, like, don't you need Isaac? You do need Isaac's party for Magna Rock, don't you? And you need to go to well, oh yeah, the Magma is a randomizer, so the MacGuffin that lets you get into Prox doesn't necessarily have to be in Magma Rock anymore. Well, UGI. Yeah, I got the gin. Honestly, that was the most important thing I could think of from the town. I know there's a lot of underground passages. I was gonna say, and there might be items there, but yeah, we saw one of them on the way out to town. It's not anything we need, but I might as well at least try to get it for the novelty, just to assure myself that I've exhausted all my options. Plus, there was equipment, so it might be half decent. While I'm at the item shop, though, I'm in bed. Speak the language of the gods now. Well, good night, creepy rewrite. Hope you have a good night. I mean, I could sell this and buy it back once I get carry, but I think as long as it's not hogging up my inventory too much, it'd be better for me to hold on to it. That way, I don't forget about it. Oh, you're right. You're writing bad because you're in bed. Similar sentiment for when you do eventually go to bed, though. Sure, lady. The fun part is that it would be possible to have Whirlwind, or have Reveal but not Whirlwind. I could farm gold, or I could, like, get that gold, or I could go back to Sea God's Tier and get the gold that I need. The only reason I haven't left yet is because I am determined to get that thing that we saw on the outside of town. Here we go. Who puts a random house out here in the middle of nowhere? I'm drawing a blank, but there's definitely a way to get to there, and I know I easily get lost in video. Okay, hold on. This is it. Yeah, this is the other reveal that you were just talking about. You know, you get this. I swear that's made up. Weak against wind. I mean, it's a nice defense drop, but I don't know if I want to lower my resistances to anything for defense. We'll just get something better later. We'll double check. Maybe it's not that bad. And minus 10 is nothing to scoff at. Probably just sell it for so we have enough money to actually pick up the forgeable item. Actually, how much was it? It was kind of expensive. I'm not sure if even that would be enough. I know. We probably won't run into wind stuff enough to really worry about it. But then I just forget. That I have it and don't prioritize getting rid of it when I do have something better. 12,000. Pierce the only one that can equip it anyway, so I'll give it to him for now. And I think my game plan will be from here to go to Sea God's Tier. And by the time we get done with this place, we should have enough to pick it up. And depending on the length, it also might make a good length for a stream in general. Only thing I can think of to keep my... that would make it worth keeping on going is if I could think of any small miscellaneous things that I can get done now, so I don't have to worry about renumbering them for the next stream, especially because I'm really tempted to do something else next week, just to spice things up. Especially with this stream going on a little bit longer than my average length, I should have enough of a backlog to last me another week, but we'll see. We'll see. That will be a problem to look into next week. This whole time and I couldn't even get to it from this side. Well, I do know that it was what I needed to actually progress, so I'm not giving up quite yet. Ah, I see. I claim that I see, but it's got the feeling that it's not as straightforward as I think. Have time to just pull this back up in the strategy guide and look it up. now before I inevitably get myself lost. I can push this down, but yeah, let's just save everyone some time. This is what the guide's for. Probably. Let me double check what we need for the swamp. Cyclone and growth. Nope. Not even gonna think about that yet. Shrine of the Sea God. Hold on. I think that was... Maybe I overlooked things. I think that was the way I was supposed to go all along. At least I don't see another clear way. Do I even have the Sea God's Tear? I just realized that I actually need the item in order to actually do anything here. Well, that's what I get for assuming. I forget just how many times in this game progress is locked off by a specific item and not just synergy. I mean, I guess it's a good thing I checked before getting too lost in here and wasting everyone's time going here a third time. I guess we'll listen to the music here while I figure out where I want to go next. Now, on second thought, I've been here so many times that it's probably kind of old. What else can we get revealed? But let me go to Della. It's been a little bit since we've listened to that music. I'm gonna just scroll all the way back to Ayers Rock and retrace my steps from there. Because it's been so long that I would not be shocked if there was particular things that I needed to do but completely forgot. Yeah, there is one chest in here, but I'm pretty sure in the randomizer version of this game that they opened up the reveal path because otherwise you would be locked in the room. So I did get the item that would normally be in that chest already. Just making sure I never have to go back there again. So, girl. Pretty sure there's nothing else I need to do in the desert. I know I went up to that area that... There's a little bit that you can get to once you have sand, and I did explore that already. That's how I got Pound, actually. So I think I'm getting in the desert. Oh, okay. I remember that there's just... Now I remember... I saw it once in Alfreda, and now I remember that there's a whole bunch of treasure chests that they just randomly hide in circles around graveyards. Biting my lip because I'm not sure if I should make the joke that comes from that. But let's just say... I know what we're gonna do next. Is there a reveal specific area in the desert? I just remember it being sand and pound and scoop. But then again, the guide might not show the other half of the dungeon that it doesn't expect you to do until you get sand later in the game. Okay. If you're still sure, I'll go take another check as soon as I reveal these areas. I mean, not gonna complain about Potion. Not gonna be excited about it, but not gonna complain. Okay, apparently it's my first potion. I'll get a little more excited. Oh shoot, I had that axe the entire time and I never sold it. Several though. Also, the teleport reveal sign. The teleport area was when I was saying that I've been before, specifically the area with the teleport logo. That's where I've been. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a couple more towns that have the tombs to check. But I guess I'll take care of the desert while I'm thinking about it. First thought would be to just go to all the towns and take care of that, but now it looks like I'm going to Aqua Rock, but I'm just taking the shortcut to the part of the desert that we would actually care about. I think the desert is over that way. Right. I'm gonna just shortcut reveal before I forget. Oh, rock circles. How could I forget about rock circles? Yeah, I guess there's probably a lot of them. I think I know exactly what I need to check out now. Get sand here. Don't see anything next to that sign. And I thought I turned the void back off. But I don't think it'll matter because with how other level the enemies are, it's probably for the best that we have a void off. Lucky metal, okay. It'll be a little bit, but I'm sure we'll get used out eventually. There's a elixir that I apparently never got. I don't think I've ever actually seen this in all my time playing Lost Age, even childhood playthroughs. I know I'm kind of forgetful, but I definitely would have noticed that arrow before. The worst part is that it might be pointing to something that I already got. That's the TP? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to elaborate because first thing that comes to my mind when you say TP is... Oh, unless you're saying teleport. If so, then I'm not gonna point out what I was thinking of. Yeah, this is the area that I've been before. Might as well go here to show you what I mean. There's that item here I already got that was pound. And we can't do anything with this yet because they specifically put fast travel on retreat instead of giving you teleport early, specifically to avoid that exact scenario. So... we've really done everything we can in this room for a little while. I'm sure we'll get the real teleport eventually. And that's when things will get kind of interesting. My bad, wrong button there. When you say deeper in the desert, you just mean the desert itself, right? Because that was my intent. double check that I got stuff from here. Kind of wonder if I should have just... There's a lot of situations I keep wondering, geez, should I have just waited so I could have got this all done in one breath? But there's no guarantee that I would have. Like, there's a few key synergy items that I need to make progress elsewhere. So... I think I would have had to come here twice eventually. I don't know why I'm doing Scoop. That's definitely had to have been something that I've already done in the past. That's the Oasis. Is there really more places to reveal? Because it definitely feels like it in the back of my memory, but feels like we've already gone through most of the significant areas they can offer. You don't use parch in the desert. You know that much. No, wrong button. You know, there's a very easy way to just confirm this. It's right in front of my face. No, Lucky Metal's behind a reveal. Those rocks just lead to the arrow. The synergy stone that we got from the start. Yeah, checking the map real quick. I think that's it. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe the boss arena because it's a rock circle, but no, that area just... that's where the boss is. We did get something. Not as much as I was hoping from that area, but it was something. Let me double check what we got, and that being said, there's other towns with reveal that I couldn't go to before, so I should definitely check those out before I forget. Not Masala. Well, not Kimbo, but Nabawe. That was one area that was... I remember it vividly because I was so excited to actually do something in it because I had Whirlwind, and then it was immediately like an area with tombs that I needed a void for. Or I mean reveal. And now we can get it. Who knows? It might actually have something important. And not just be a random point or something. God, I couldn't even predict it if I... Fantastic. It's somehow, my expectations were low, and somehow it managed to be even lower than those expectations. Well, I'm sure there's other towns that we can use reveal. I just gotta remember them. It sucks that we don't have Cyclone, because then we could get a whole dungeon in of itself. While I'm trying to jog my memory, I just gotta get rid of that suspicion that we actually could do something with the bandana. Wait. Okay, I thought we needed to give it to the bird, but no, I think we actually give the bandana to the cow. Which... I haven't found the cow yet, but I know... It's weird, because I thought I went to every isle area on this side of the sea. Cow, 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 cow. Cow, trading quest, cow. Do I even... How much of Garoh Rock can I get through without growth? Probably not much, because that's the whole gimmick of the place, but... If there's like even 1 or 2 items I can get along the way... And... Well, with Reveal we can get what would normally be the idol. It's definitely not going to be the idol, but... I'm just grafting at straws here for ways to progress the game. Oh, there's stuff in Uzmo that we could probably get. Give the banana to the cow, then milk to the dog. I remember the milk goes to the dog. The little puppy's thirsty and needs a nice drink of calcium. Okay, I definitely missed something because the guy I'm at the guy is saying that I should already have the milk. So the cow is somewhere here. The cow is... I passed the cow, but the cow is on this side of the island after all. Cow, 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 cow. I did go through Aqua Rock. That's where I started the stream. I went as far as I could until... Ironically, that's where I got Parge. But I was cut off from actually completing the dungeon because you can't go inside the waterfall wall where you would normally learn Parge until you have the Aquarius Stone, which I don't have. Where is the cow? The bird normally gives you the hankers. Wait, can you put it on? I swear you need carry for it because it wouldn't let me push it down all the way. Well, that's fine. I need a pretty stone in order to do anything with it anyways. Where is the cow? Which is stuck on Tundra Tower until you get burst. Oh, you actually saw it there? No, I'm gonna... Oh, pardon me, I'm gonna... The guide's not good enough. If I need to pull up good old Google and look up where the cow in Golden Sun is. Cow in Golden Sun is... Really? The lower left island? I could have sworn I checked. But if I did check, at least we can fast travel to it. I swear, if this cow has something that actually lets us progress through a new dungeon. Oh, there it is. That's what it is. Like, it's just in the background. I didn't even think to try it. Completely forgot. I was thinking, like, Harvest Moon Black and, like, White Cow. I completely forgot that it was a bull. Oh my god. Don't tell me I need Mind Read in order to give it to him. I know you want this fancy scarf. Take it! Take it! Oh my god, the mind read is actually required for the side quests? I thought it was annoying enough that when I couldn't get my glorified flavor text. Well, surely there's some... I'm gonna check the site. Because I know there's other people that give you hints. Can you disable Jins on Shiba? I'm pretty sure they accounted for that. Like, for one, even in vanilla game, mind read isn't tied to Jins. But like, when I was trying to search for growth, douse, and whirlwind before I had it, I messed around with Jin combinations a lot, and I'm pretty sure none of those synergies are tied to the Jins. But I was gonna look up the Golden Sun Randomizer, because I'm pretty sure on the site it tells you all the places where the... Well, interesting. Pretty sure that it lists the people who give you hints on the site. Also lists some missable locations, so I guess it wouldn't hurt to double check that. In the ruins, there are ruins with 7 faces, and I got that. The chest in Yami Desert cave before the teleport platform. Funny you point that out, because even the site is listing that. The chest in the magma section of the swamp. The chest in summon tablet below Izumo. Yeah, but who gives you the hints in the versions with hints? It's right in the beginning of the... You know what? It's right on the omelet, so maybe I could just check that. But I also just remember... But reading Izumo reminded me that I did saw on the guide that there was things we could get in Izumo. So... might as well. The Pirate Bandit Island, wherein Grandma's a Brig summons a lizard, is available. Champa you're talking about. I don't know if it would trigger anything in Champa until we actually come across Briggs. That's the only reason I would... And in order to like trigger the thing with Briggs, you gotta clear off the Freda build, I believe. Let's start here, because this area that I'm thinking of does feel very... They would hide something important here. Especially if the site is pointing it out. I hate to admit it, but there's probably stuff hiding in Aqua Rock. Even though we don't have all the tools we need to actually do it yet. Kind of weird that we can go under pegs, but not that rock. I'm sure if you think of logic enough, you could actually come up with some excuse, like the rock is all the way underground or whatever. But point is, there's gonna be something in here. It's just a matter of if it's something that we actually want. Jeez, I wasn't signing up for an entire dungeon. I thought we'd just go under one room and get the item. I know calling this a dungeon is a stretch, but considering the ways that I've gotten lost already, this is close enough to a dungeon. Oh jeez, and like this is supposed to be good music, but something about the way that... I'm pretty sure it's the game and not the device that I'm using to cover it, but it gets a bit crunched, is what I'm trying to say. You know, that if anyone reminds me before the stream ends, I gotta give a shout out to an excellent channel that specializes in Golden Sun remixes. They do amazing work, and there are even occasions that the serpent is not dead. I have yet to even touch Gaia's Rock. I was holding off on that because I knew we needed growth eventually, so I wasn't even gonna bother. But the more I think about it, we can progress a lot further into the place than I thought without growth. Oh, that is something. I don't know if that actually helps me, but that is synergy. Yeah, it's like, I could probably... I can't even list the mandatory uses of Tremor off the top of my head. That's how infrequently it's used, like, unless you... Oh, that's even better. That is not Tremor, and I am all down for it. Oh, this opens up way more than you may realize. I kind of want to triple check to make sure it looks like there's a lot of stuff in this place, so I want to make sure that I've vividly explored it before going back, but grind. Yeah, that's not even half of it. I've not only unlocked half the map, I've unlocked the rest of Treasure Isles. Treasure Isles is a godsend for something like this. All the item checks there alone. Kind of weird not to do Gaia's Rock, but if the longer I can hold off doing it before getting growth, the better. And this definitely gives me plenty to do. Yeah, there's that. What I'm trying to do is get to where the summon tablet is. Because that is gonna be key for... I mean, it probably won't be much because only a single item check, but you never know. I know I tried to save the game in between streams. You know, it's a stream and not a video series, so sure. Typically, I wait until the end of the stream. You know what? I have 3 save files. What am I talking about? I could just save here. But for sake of making sure that I have a good recording, typically I try to hold off on saving until I'm completely done. Now, back to trying to grasp where I am. Okay. Go back around and actually just pound it down this time. That'll allow me to get to where the summon tablet is, and we can assure that we're... Because the last thing I want to do is get so excited about getting grind that I completely miss out on growth or something right next door to it. And I know growth is a weird one to reach for, but considering Gaia Rock, it's kind of like the closest I can think of when it comes to things blocked off. Oh, okay. There is actually a second use for a parch. I just got confused because I was thinking of the speed run. But that was the only mandatory use of it. I was holding out hope. It looked exactly like a Water of Life, but part of me but it seemed slightly different. It seemed slightly differently tinted. So I had a glimmer of hope that it was a Sea God's Tear. Not gonna lie. But we'll take that. Another pause. Yeah, that's a 2.5 hour stream. You know what? Because I'm so excited to check it out, I'm gonna go check out Treasure Isles. I might even just keep a void on just to make sure I don't get completely obliterated by random encounters or something. There'll be plenty of other enemies to fight to get experience, but I think that they're... Oh, that's right, I could just fast travel. I'm so used to going some one where there's practically no fast travel points whatsoever. I might be biting off more than I can chew with wanting to clear out the rest of Treasure Isles. We're definitely not doing any bosses today, but look at all these goodies that we can just scoop up. I'm not passing up on that opportunity at the very least. Hold on though, I might need that to jump across, so I can't just get all haphazardly destroy everything in my path. It's kind of weird that in this room alone. My bad, I'm used to move always being my shortcut of choice. Sorry. I got distracted by your comment and I lost my train of thought. Right. Typically when I play Golden Sun, move is my L, mind read is my R, so whenever anything differentiates from it, I think I just screwed up the puzzle. Yeah, I see now. Whenever I had my button combination to anything besides mind read on R and move on L, that's just inviting the door to invitation to get me to misclick things. I know I'm good. I just find it funny because it has led to a few hilarious moments. Speaking of hilarious moments, oh no, that's what I'm supposed to do. Let's just say I've had R shortcutted and tried to mind read people. Well, I have to push this down. Not gonna lie, a little bummed up that there's not anything more exciting in Treasure Isles so far. It's freaking Treasure Isles with all the treasures. You think there'd be something cool somewhere in here? Now, I'm pretty sure in the Intermediate Seed, it specifically says you don't have to beat any super bosses in order to complete the seed. So, there might not actually be anything of worth in here. But I'm gonna check anyways, just to be sure. Yeah, I'll be honest, I thought it was just milk! I haven't been this excited for milk in a while. Milk! Too bad we don't have mind read. I'm gonna try giving it to the doggo anyways, even though I know it's inevitable. You know, maybe I should turn the void off. Just to see. Well, here's the whole truckload of goodies that I was so excited about. Shame none of them are good, but there was quite a few good synergy items earlier on. So that's probably why I was so excited. Oh, right. That's a huge boost. Those boosts apparently were a huge boost to her luck. Alright. Probably a little bit more to this. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is probably a bad idea, but let's see what happens anyways. Oh! Well... no regrets. I guess we're never gonna know just how badly I get my butt handed to me by the enemies in here. What a shame. So, I know it's in vain because I can't talk to dogs. But alas, we gotta try. We gotta try to giving the poor puppy milk. It needs a nutritious drink. Even though I know it's in vain, I have to at least try. I'm sorry, doggy. I know you're thirsty. Just listen to me. I got you milk. I know I still need mind read. That couldn't stop me though. Had to try. The poor doggy needs his milk. Okay, so that was a nice stream. It's like almost went another hour. Almost went another 3 hours. And we got grind, so we have just what we need to open up literally the other half of the map. I think that makes it as good of an ending point as any. So thank you all for tuning into the stream. Plan will be the stream next Saturday. There's just a slight chance that it won't be more of this, and I take the opportunity to explore something else I've been itching to do on stream. But this will come back, and if you haven't noticed already, I've been editing these VODs into YouTube videos and uploading them directly on this channel, so you can, if you just click on the channel and you can see the first 2 episodes. I believe episode 2 just went out. I should probably double check that. I was so confident it was. But episode 1 is out at the very least, and they are going to be coming out once a week. So it's a good way to catch up because I pretty much trim all the fat, especially when we get to like episode 4 and beyond. I really get ambitious with trimming the fat. Alright, take care, Creepy Right. Thanks again for joining. If this was Twitch, I would do a raid. You know, it's a Saturday evening, so there's definitely plenty of people to raid. Oh, that's right, if you're still here, I wanted to give a shout out to that Golden Sun remixer. So why don't I just pull up their channel real quick and I'll just throw a link to it in the channel. Don't mind the lack of music. It's just a quirk of the way this is set up. Ba-dum-dum-dum. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, there is my this is my equivalent of a raid. Go check them out. Especially if you like Golden Sun. They have an awesome range of remixes. Even some non-Golden Sun stuff like the Attack Killer Queen from Deltarune. That's a real jam. I think I've said everything that I could possibly say. So, take care.